worked at Auburn. I would imagine it was a dream to get a chance to work there. So what made you give that up for this opportunity?
Well, my time at Auburn and obviously was a dream come true to have an opportunity to go a part of the first staff with Coach Harsin, and then being retained by Coach Freeze was a great opportunity. The guys I had in my room, the guys I was able to be around, and people, family that I've known for years. This opportunity, when it was presented to me, was one that I felt like was the right time. Obviously, family is a big, important piece to me, and being able to be a part of Coach Fritz. I've seen a guy take over a tremendous amount of programs and being a part of, turn those programs into winning. And the culture that I want to be around and help come back to Houston and help get this program back where it was. I'm excited about the opportunity. That was one of the biggest decisions that I think for the time being was to come back and be a part of Coach Fritz and his staff and help change the culture.
Few changes since you've been gone. Was the indoor, I can't remember if it was around yet or?
Yeah, the indoor was here. Yeah.
Did you look at just some of the other things and then the new conference? What's that like, just kind of jumping into that? Familiar surroundings, but some changes as well.
Well, it's exciting. It just tells, what Pez have done over the time, and just understand that the people are committed to seeing Houston get back to the top. And when dirt is moving, things are growing. That means there's a lot of things that people have invested over time to help get this program to where they can see it being. And obviously being in part of the Big 12, we're excited about that. I mean, we see what our basketball team is doing. It's a high-level chance to go compete and help bring a Big 12 championship back to U of H. So we're excited about it. I think it just, building the excitement around the program and U of H and these student athletes that want to be a part of Houston is opening up a lot of opportunities for us.
Zac, what is it about this place that, you've been here, you've seen what it is. Obviously, there's a lot of talent in Houston, but what do you think of the potential of this place?
When it obviously going to the Big 12 is something that brings a lot. A lot of these student athletes and high school players, they want to play in the big conferences, right? And now with this, a realignment and things that's been going on where now it's a Power Four, and this is a hotbed. Everyone comes to Houston to recruit the talent around here. So with us being in the Big 12 and being able to keep players in our backyard is going to be big. But I think that's the biggest thing is now you're able to go recruit high school kids that want to play big time ball. So you keeping him right at home. And we showed the culture that we can establish under Coach Fritz's leadership. I think that would be exciting for these kids and be more attractive to them, especially with new things that happen and new facilities and things like that I think the guys will be excited about.
Zac, you and Coach Christian Young are listed as DB coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to handle corners or safety?
Yes.
So you'll handle corners?
Yeah. So we're, me and CY have been working hand in hand and had an open line of communication of what I've done at Auburn and what he's done at Tulane over his time, but we don't see it as one. We're both in the secondary together. We're both gonna coach each and every guy, and obviously my main focus would be the corners. His main focus would be the safeties, but us being together in the back end, we can cross ties, coach either position because it's a unit. It's not just pull apart with corners and safety. So we see ourselves being as one.
How did you evaluate if you would look at the video from last year and your returning guys? What's the main thing that needs to be done back there?
Well, I think anytime you come in, I got an open mind. I really haven't looked at what had happened last year. I want to get to know my guys first. That's why I spent a lot of time on is getting to know the person, getting to know the individual of, how they learn, what the things that they've done in the past, and not really turn on. I watched a couple of games to see what was going on, but having an open mind to let those guys go out there in the spring and show me what they can do, and we can build off that. What was the things that they did from a strength standpoint that they liked, and we're going to develop the weaknesses. So we're actually going through film now to try to figure out, okay, who can do what and try to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But for the most part, I think there's a lot of work to be done, and I think we'll attack those as we get ready to go into spring ball.
Zach, what was it like recruiting in the thick of the SEC as an SEC school? I know it's competitive, you know, to get guys against some of the best out of the country. What was that experience like, and how do you think that helps you?
Recruiting is what I do. I think is something that I enjoy. I mean, I embrace all challenges that come with it because it's all about the relationships. No matter what level that you're recruiting at, I mean, obviously at that level, you starting at the top and you're recruiting everybody in the country. And there's different levels to recruiting, but any level that you're on, I feel like I go up against the best and we can go collaborative, go pick the guys that we want and build those strong relationships. I think guys want to go where they want to be developed, but more importantly, what relationship do I really have with the coach that's going to help develop me? And it opened my eyes to a lot of things and how things goes on at that level, but you got to recruit them all. And I think once you find the right guys that's the right fit for the program, things can happen, and that's what we try to identify early.
Do some of the recruiting areas that you had at Auburn, do some of them overlap with areas that you'll recruit here? Were you able to utilize some of the connections you had to find some talent that maybe is not in just the natural footprint?
Yeah, it's I think it'll be familiar. I mean, the areas that I had previously when I was here, and then obviously at Auburn, we came over and recruited Houston a little bit and signed some guys from Texas. So being able to use the connection that you have and the relationships that you have with high school coaches, whether it's Alabama, Louisiana, but we're going to spend a lot of our main focus on the state of Texas and being able to expand that network out into Dallas and San Antonio and Austin, those things. But it's so much talent right here in Houston, we don't really have to leave. But we got to do a great job of evaluating a lot of guys that understand University of Houston.
So what are the areas you had here before? I guess that you said you'll have again here now.
Well, I still have the south side of down in the Manville, and that area will be the most part.
Does it make it easier to step in now? Because it's like, okay, you got those relationships, connections already from when you were here the first time. Does it make it a lot easier to transition once you guys hit the road last month?
Yeah, it is, because now you go into, I mean, a lot of coaches, when I first took the job, text me and said, welcome back to Texas, welcome back to Houston. So those relationships, they last for a lifetime if you do it the right way and not just going into schools and just saying hello to the coach. You got to go in and establish a real, genuine relationship and understand what's the type of person that they're sending their kid to, because they want to know that they can trust you with their players and help develop them. So, but being back is an easier transition probably than most, because those relationships are already established.
Zach, you have a unique view that when you were last here, the Big 12 wasn't a reality yet. You know, there were some other things that were in the works, the ops building. But now that you're back, have you seen in recruiting the impact of all these things being in place now versus you sort of maybe fighting an uphill when you were here the first time and not having that where, hey, we're in the Big 12, come play Power 5 football, that kind of stuff?
I would say football is football. I think it's really the mentality and the guys that you bring into the building. I mean, when I was here before, I mean, we had guys like Marcus Jones, Demarion, and Tank Dell who have beat SEC teams. So it don't really matter the level. I would say is really the guys that sit in the seat and that's willing to win and understand the process of day-to-day on what it takes to be a pro. And those guys, they set a foundation my first time here, and I think we have some guys in the room now that can continue that foundation, that we just get the mindset and we get the culture right. I think we can do some big things here faster rather than later.
Did you get the same office?
Actually, no, I didn't get the same office, but that's good. I got Coach Early office now, so it'll be good.
You got any favorite eating spots that you missed while you were gone that you're getting back into now?
Not really. Not really. You recommending some? You recommend some?
I mean, Breakfast Club, you never go wrong Breakfast Club.
Well, we have that on recruiting visit, so I'm probably eating that a little too much. That's why I got to stay in the gym.
A few more.
Zach, this is kind of a little off the wall, but I think it was part of the recruiting when you were here, and it goes back even further. But when you see the videos and the photos that y'all post of people are on, you got the two the two cars, the classics, and I think they have what they call them, what do they call them?
Slabs.
The slabs on it.
What's that like? Because Houston's such a unique place.
Yes.
And that's part of the identity, but the kids seem to like it. I mean, that's cool to them.
Yeah.
What's that like? I mean, because you've kind of been a part of the recruiting here. Some of the things that you'll have in y'all's back pocket.
I mean, first and foremost is really about embracing the culture of what you and in Houston known for the Cadillacs and everything, and a lot of artists that come through Houston. So you just embracing the culture. The kids, they love it. It's really their time to go through their recruiting process and what makes them happen, and something that they can look back and remember, whether they choose to come here or not. They have those pictures, they have that memory to be able to share as they get older. But embracing the culture and just letting those kids enjoy those time. And obviously as coaches, we want to get to the nitty gritty of football and the education piece and understanding what is going to help you develop into a man. But those type of things I love to enjoy because the kids love it, I love it, and it's just something that we embrace everywhere we go.
Zac, what's it been like working with Coach Wood and getting acclimated with his philosophy defensively?
Man, it's awesome. Coach Wood, I've known about him, from the time he was at Troy and he was at, Georgia Tech and some previous places that I watched his career path and seen what they've been able to do over the path, and he's been successful. But, man, I tell you, I just love his energy. I mean, we walk into the building, he has a plan, he got good energy, and he's a great teacher. I mean, we're sitting in the staff and we're going through things, and he's open-minded to hearing new things and things like that. So under his leadership, I expect us to be, fairly simple and getting the guys lined up to go play fast because we'll be a attacking style defense. So, it's been fun just sitting in that room and being able to have open dialogue and communicate and hear his feedback on things that they've done or things that I've done or even CY has done. So that's always good when you have a leader that's open to seeing new things and trying new things. But his defense, I'm excited to be a part of it because I know the style of play that our kids going to be able to go play with.
Zac, Sean said he was asked what this program needed, and he said this program needed Willie Fritz. When you work for him and you've been around him, what jumps out to you as a coach, as a football man, that sort of allows him to be as successful as he's been?
Man, it does need Coach Fritz. Being with Coach Fritz, his relationship, I mean, everybody in the building feeling welcome, and the kids feel welcome. He's not just trying to get the guy to just go run and lift weights. He really want to dig into their life and know exactly, how they feeling that day and being able to understand the person. So just his leadership, the way he's been around the building with everyone. You can go into his office about anything, but that's the biggest thing is the relationship piece and knowing that we're all going in the same direction. And that's the biggest part about, having a culture built is everybody understanding what's the goal and everybody being aligned to go in the right direction.